Hi guys, welcome to another Elementor video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got some huge news today. A little while ago, Elementor employed some AI in their builder. I'm using the Pro version here and it's absolutely awesome. It's a real game changer. I've got a little icon here. When I hover over it, it's going to spin around. I did all the coding with this using their AI, and I'll give you some examples in a minute and take you through it. I've got a color changing background on this module. Again, I did that with their AI, creating some CSS. I've got a little hover effect here that's going to fade out into an image when you hover over it. And this I just generated. I said, give me 40 words about CSS, and it generated it. So let's get started and we'll take a look. I've got this page open in Elementor. Like I say, I'm using the Pro version. This is in beta mode at the moment, this AI, but it's stunning. Let's just perhaps add a text block here. I'm going to grab a text editor and drop it in there. And you might notice up here it says Write with AI. I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And let's say, write 150 words on the benefits of using CSS in web design. I'm going to hit generate text. And there it is. Read through it, make sure it works for you. But that is actually quite a result. And that was in real time. It did it in real time. I haven't paused the video or anything like that. You can simplify the language, make it longer, make it shorter, fix spelling and grammar. Let's make it a little bit longer. And again, when it's done it, make sure you read through it. Just check that it is exactly what you want there. That's perfect. And you can change the tone of the language to friendly, formal, inspirational, motivational, nostalgic, etc. You can translate it to different languages there. And even if you put your own in, you can still fix the spelling and grammar. When you're happy, hit use text and it's in there. Great. Well, let's just style this up so it looks a bit better. I'll just give it a bit of padding all around. While we're in there, we'll go with the advanced. Let's give it, say, 50 pixels all round. Fantastic. Okay, well, let's perhaps have it create a color changing background for this particular module. So again, in the advanced, I'm going to go to the custom CSS. Like I mentioned, I'm using the Pro. I'm not sure if this is available or not in the free version. If you've got the free version, please let me know down below in the comments. So again, I'm going to hit edit with AI. And it gives you a few prompts you can use here, which is fine. But I want to create my own. So let's tell it to create a color change background animation using red and blue. Obviously put in whatever colors you want. And let's make it take place over 10 seconds. So over a 10-second period. And let's check the spelling on that. I spelled create wrong. Create a color changing background animation using red and blue over a 10-second period. Let's see what it does with this. And it's done an animation with the background color, 10 seconds linear infinite, which means it'll keep going and going. And it's switching from red to blue to red. Let's insert it and see what happens. And there we go, it's starting off as red. And it's turning to blue. And it's going back to red again. I think we might need to change the color of that. So let's go in there, we'll change the text color to white perhaps, so we can see it. Let's go back and take that down a bit in timing. Let's make it 20 seconds. That will just slow it down a little bit more gradual there. And that is absolutely awesome. I usually write that by hand. It takes a few minutes. That's certainly quicker. Okay, well let's do what I did with that icon. Let's add another little row here. We'll add a little section. Let's go back to our matrix. Let's grab a little icon. We'll throw it in there. Let's just give it a bit of space. We'll roll up the page. In fact, let's delete this one below. Yeah, let's give it, say, 70 pixels on top, bottom, left, right. That's great. Let's choose our icon now. We'll go in there. Use something slightly more interesting than that. Let's use this star. Not much more interesting, but slightly more interesting. And hit the insert. There's that little star. Let's just take it up in size. And let's change it to a purple or something like that. That's fine. Okay, well let's now do something with it with CSS. So I'm going to go to my Advanced tab and let's make it spin. Custom CSS is at the bottom. I'm going to hit the edit with AI one more time. Let's say on hover, rotate by 720 degrees, perhaps twice round on the y-axis, and over about 3/4 of a second, 0.75 seconds. Let's see what it does with that. And there it is. It's got the icon there. It's transforming around the y-axis 720 degrees, and it's taking 3/4 of a second. Let's pop that in and see what happens. Now when I hover over it, as you can see, that's spinning around twice. How cool is that? Okay, well let's add another column here. And of course, once you've got the code in there, you can actually change it around. Let's change it to the x-axis and it should spin the other way, or rotate. Rotate X. Now it's spinning that way around. If you take it away, it should spin like a wheel. There we go. That's crazy. Okay, well let's do a little hover effect like I did over there. So again, let's add a little text module or whatever you like to add. Let's add a little bit more text to that. And we'll make it perhaps a similar height to this one over here with a bit of padding and margin. Try 70 top, bottom, left and right. That's not too bad. That's almost going to do it. Could do with it a bit deeper. Let's add a bit more to the top and to the bottom. Great. Well, now let's give it a background color. Go over to advanced, background. I'll just use a regular color. We'll make it black for argument's sake. And of course we'll make that text a little bit lighter. Fantastic. Great. So what I want is for this to be there, then when they hover over it, we want to see an image in the background. So let's add an image to our column in the background. There's a little column. Over to style. There's the background. We'll add a little image. Let's choose an image. We'll pop it in there. It's kind of spilling out of the top and sides there, so we can adjust that while we're in the column. Go over the advanced. I'm going to take away any padding that's there, 0. That makes it the same size, but let's give it a bit of margin all around so it's got a bit of breathing space. I'd give it 10 pixels all around. Great. Now you can't see that image spilling over. We'll go back into our module that's on the top here, over to advanced, down to our little CSS text editor. Again, I'm going to use the AI. I'm going to say on hover, make fully transparent over 0.5 seconds or half a second, let's say. Actually, let's slow that down perhaps to 3/4 of a second, 0.75. Let's generate that code. Yep, that's exactly what I would have written. I would have used the class name though. Let's pop it in there. Now when we hover over it, it's going to fade out and reveal that image. Let's just adjust that image because all I can see is the top corner of it. So to adjust that image, go back into the column, style, there's the image position. I want it center, don't want it to repeat, I want it to actually cover the whole thing. So let's have a look at it now. That's a bit more like it. Fantastic. And that really is some game-changing stuff, guys. You can write blog posts, you can write little articles about anything you want, fill up your little blurbs. You can create these little CSS effects here. Let's just update and make sure everything's going to work on the front end. Let's roll on down. There's our little color changing paragraph right there. There's our little icon. When I roll over it, as you can see, it's spinning around. There's our little text module. When I hover over it, it's going to reveal that image. And of course, you can do it the other way around. Have it starting off as invisible. There's another little color changer, image transform, and some more text that I generated with their AI there. And that is absolutely fantastic. So do check it out. If you haven't got Elementor, you can get it from my link down below the video here. That is an absolute game changer. So I hope you've enjoyed this today, guys, and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.